Hello everybody, this is Mr. Kimmel with another screencast for life science. In this lesson, we're going to learn about the biomes of the world. What is a biome anyway? A biome is a very large climatic region that contains a number of smaller but related ecosystems within it. This diagram shows some of the biomes in the United States as you travel from the west coast to the east coast. Terrestrial biomes are those found on land. They are determined by temperature and the amount of precipitation they receive. Let's learn about these. Read through the graph. First, we have the tundra. The tundra is a cold, dry, treeless region near the North Pole. This biome is also known as a frozen desert. Plants include mosses and grasses, while animals include polar bears, reindeer, and Arctic foxes. Many lichens, mosses, and small shrubs flourish in the Arctic tundra. The plants that live in the harsh permafrost soil usually adapt to the weather by being short and grouped together to resist winds and to be protected. The growing season in the tundra is short and lasts up to 60 days. The tundra is the coldest and the driest of all biomes on Earth. There's very little rainfall in the tundra. It rains less than 10 inches a year. Winters here are long and summers are short. Sometimes they last for only 6 to 10 weeks. In the winter, the temperature can reach up to negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit, and we think our winters are bad. Because the tundra is so close to the North Pole, summer days are 24 hours long. Summer temperatures rarely get above 50 degrees, just enough to thaw the surface of the ground. You might find lemmings, caribou, and Arctic hares in the tundra. Next is the taiga. The taiga is a cold evergreen forest. It is also called the northern boreal forest, and it is located just south of the tundra. It has many types of evergreen trees like pines, spruces, and firs. Animals that live here include wolverines, moose, and snowshoe hares. Long, cold winters and short, mild, wet summers are typical of this region. In the winter, chilly winds from the Arctic cause bitterly cold weather in the taiga. The length of the day also varies with the season. Winter days are short, while summer days are long because of the tilt of the Earth on its axis. Fire is not uncommon in the taiga during the summer. Fires may seem destructive, but they actually help this biome by removing old, sick trees, making room for new growth. Precipitation is relatively high in the taiga and falls as snow during the winter and rain during the summer. The total yearly precipitation in the taiga biome is 10 to 30 inches a year. The alpine biome is found in areas of high elevation or really high mountains around the world. Only small plants that can withstand the cold and wind can grow on these peaks. Animals that live here include mountain goats, yaks, and llamas. In the summer, average temperatures range from 40 to 60 degrees. In the winter, the temperatures are well below freezing. Generally, as the altitude increases, the temperature gets colder. Temperatures in the alpine biome are dynamic and can also change from warm to freezing in one day. Chaparral is a hot, dry area that is dominated by shrubs and scrubby plants. It is found in part of California and around the Mediterranean Sea. Animals that live here include jackrabbits, pumas, and foxes. The temporal is characterized as being very hot and dry. The winter is very mild and is usually about 50 degrees. Most of the rain in this biome comes in the winter. The summer is hot and dry, up to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This makes fires and droughts very common. The desert is the driest biome. There are many deserts found all over the world, in almost every continent. Plants that live here include cacti, yucca plants, and small low-to-the-ground shrubs. Animals include lizards, coyotes, and tortoises. There are coastal deserts and moderately cool to warm areas. Coastal deserts usually have cool winters, followed by fairly long warm summers. The temperatures in the winters is generally 41 degrees or below Fahrenheit. In the summer, the weather heats up to between 55 to 75 degrees. Average rainfall is usually 3 to 5 inches. The Atacama is the Earth's driest desert. In the Atacama, 1 millimeter or more of rain falls every 5 to 20 years. Cold deserts have short, moist, and moderately warm summers, and long, cold winters like one could expect in Antarctica. Yes, Antarctica is also considered a desert because of the lack of rainfall. The winter temperatures ranges from -5 to -110 degrees, and in the summer it can be a nice balmy 32 degrees Fahrenheit. The coldest day recorded in Antarctica was -113 degrees Fahrenheit. Next, you have the temperate grasslands. Temperatures in this biome vary greatly between summer and winter. The summers are hot and the winters are very cold, much colder than Santa Barbara. With cold winters, it's surprisingly how hot the grassland summers can get. Sometimes the temperature is more than 100 degrees. Rain in this temperate grassland usually occurs in the late spring and early summer. The yearly average is about 20 to 35 inches, but much of this falls as snow in the winter. Fire is not foreign in temperate grasslands either. They are often set by lightning or human activity. Fire regularly swept the plains in the early times, and to some extent it still does today. An important factor in the savanna is climate. The climate is usually warm and temperatures range from 68 to 86 degrees. Savannas exist in areas where there is a 6 to 8 month wet summer season and a 4 to 6 month dry winter season. The annual rainfall is from 10 to 30 inches per year. During the dry season, lightning often strikes the ground, igniting the dry grasses that cover the savanna. The savanna is dominated by grasses such as Rhodes grass, red oats grass, stargrass, lemongrass, and some shrubs. Most savanna grass is coarse and grows in patches with interspersed areas of bare ground. Animals native to African savannas include African elephants, zebras, horses, and giraffes. Many animals in the savanna are herbivores, which means they eat plants, and there is plenty of grass in the savanna. You won't see many trees in the savanna because of little rainfall. Occasionally, you'll find individual trees or small groves of trees. The temperate deciduous forest. This is the biome that we live in. Deciduous trees are trees with leaves rather than pine needles, and they dominate temperate forests. As the seasons change each year, so do the leaves. Each year, deciduous trees lose their leaves and grow them back. The average yearly precipitation is 30 to 60 inches. This precipitation falls throughout the year, but in the winter, it falls as snow. The average temperature in temperate deciduous forests is 50 degrees. Summers are mild and average about 70 degrees, while winter temperatures are often well below freezing. The average daily temperatures range between -30 and 30 degrees Celsius, which is -22 and 86 degrees Fahrenheit, with a yearly average of 50. Hot summers and cold winters are typical in this biome. Temperate rainforests are also wet, but not as rainy as tropical rainforests. It rains from about 60 to 200 inches each year, while the other moisture comes from the coastal fog that lingers on the trees. The fog provides about 7 to 12 inches of rain each year. Temperate rainforests are a lot cooler than tropical rainforests, but the temperatures are still mild. They often have two distinct seasons, one long, wet winter and a short, drier summer. In the tropical rainforest, temperatures don't even change much between night and day. The average temperature in tropical rainforests ranges from 70 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The environment is pretty wet in tropical rainforests, maintaining a high humidity of 77% to 88% year-round. The yearly rainfall ranges from 80 to 400 inches and can rain hard. It can downpour as much as 2 inches in an hour. That is all for the terrestrial biomes.